Hello there, this is John V, Software Evangelist at JSCAPE, and you're watching another JSCAPE MFT Server tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use a remote SFTP service as a network storage for your MFT server. JSCAPE MFT Server's network storage module, which was formerly known as Reverse Proxy, allows you to utilize various remote services and storage solutions as additional storage for your managed file transfer server. This can come in handy when your MFT server machine has limited storage capacity, or if you simply want to store certain user files elsewhere. One of the supported services is SFTP. So if you have an SFTP server with lots of free storage space and you want to use that as a network storage for your MFT server, you should find this video tutorial useful. One major benefit of a JSCAPE MFT server network storage is that you can map it to a user or group virtual path. Once it's mapped to a virtual path, any file uploaded to that path will be automatically stored to that network storage. So that means if you upload files to that virtual path, those files won't be occupying any storage space on your JSCAPE MFT server local storage device. Rather, it will be occupying space on that remote SFTP server. So okay, let's dive into the tutorial. Before you can set up an SFTP network storage on JSCAPE MFT server, make sure your remote SFTP service is reachable from your MFT server instance. So if you're able to connect to it without any problems, then you're ready to proceed. Alright, let's load up our JSCAPE MFT server manager and go to the network storage module. Next, let's click the Add button to add a new network storage. Next, select SFTP SAP from the protocol drop-down list and then click OK. When the next dialog box appears, specify the network storage parameters. So the basic parameters are the following. There's the name. This is just an arbitrary name you'll use to refer to this network storage object on this MFT server instance. And then there's the host or IP. This is just the host name or IP address of the remote SFTP server you'd like to use as an external network storage. And then there's the port. So this is just the port number of the remote SFTP server. You can leave this as is if you're just using the default port number of 22 on your remote SFTP server. And of course, you need a username. This is the username of an existing user account on that remote SFTP server. So you'll need that when JSCAPE MFT server authenticates with that remote SFTP server. And since you have a username, you should also enter that username's corresponding password. Should you wish to check your connection, you can then click the Test Server button. And if it says the test passed, you're good to go. Click OK to proceed. As soon as you're back at the main screen, you should see your newly created SFTP network storage in the Network Storage tab. Now that you have an SFTP network storage, you can then map it to a user template, or group virtual path. For this example, let's just add it to a user virtual path. So let's go to the users module, then let's select user, and then let's click the edit button. When the user parameters dialog appears, go to the paths tab and click the add button. So you need to specify a virtual path for this network storage object. So for example, I'm going to use /NS/SFTP1. That means when this particular user logs into his account, he'll see a folder named NS/SFTP1 under his root directory. Now that we've specified a virtual path, we can then map our network storage object to that virtual path. So click the network storage option and select the SFTP network storage we created earlier. And then let's click OK until we're back at the main screen. So to verify that this works, let's connect to our MFT server from a file transfer client and log in using the user account whose new virtual path maps to that SFTP network storage. As we've mentioned earlier, you should then see a folder named NS-SFTP1 under that user's root directory. So that's it right here. That's it. Now you know how to use a remote SFTP server as network storage for JSCAPE MFT server.